So my name is Matt Seamus. I am the founder and CEO of GroupTune. GroupTune is a group buying platform for music, so the easiest way to think about it is Groupon for music. We're launching in a couple weeks, and my background's kind of in the music industry, so I was helping artists and record labels distribute their music directly to fans from their websites. So a lot of things around powering kind of e-commerce platforms for artists and allowing them to engage directly with their fans. So instead of going through a third-party retailer like an iTunes, they would use our services to reach fans directly.
So my name is Mike. I am working on a company called Slowcop, which is it's a tool for web developers to measure and optimize their website speed. So basically, it's going to be a set of tools that they can really dig down and figure out why their site's performing badly. I've been working on it for about 4 months. Before this, I worked at a couple web companies. I did some freelance stuff. I used to work on the Windows Server team at Microsoft doing this type of stuff, like monitoring software, stuff like that.
Yeah, so I actually live in the Marina, which is probably not a great place for entrepreneurship or kind of finding people in startups. I think there are tons of really good neighborhoods in San Francisco that have really distinct kind of sets of people. And the Mission and kind of Soma areas are really, really good for folks that are interested in startups and kind of meeting like-minded people and other founders of companies and entrepreneurs. Places like the place we're in, coffee shops, and there are a lot of co-working spaces in San Francisco that are, one that we're going to later today, or I am, Parasoma. There are dozens now. You can Google co-working in San Francisco and come up with a bunch. But it's a place where you kind of have a mixture of a lot of people that are working on separate projects, but can share experiences and with other people. So that you kind of find that it's the sum of all of these people in one space that ends up being more than just 1 + 1 + 1. So they're really creative communities and areas.
There's like dozens of events throughout the week for startups and companies. There's a website called meetup.com, which you can sort of browse all sorts of events by interest. And the events that I go to are kind of more like technology related events. Like I try to go to a couple events a week. I think that it's easy to get kind of caught up in the event cycle sometime and try to do too much of that. And
hey everyone, Mikko Alasaarela, entrepreneur, currently participating 6 different startups, helping Finnish companies as well as some German company established in the US. Actually, I'm also helping a Brazilian company here in the US market. Lived here 3.5 years, just moved back to Finland. And currently on trip with Walkbase, which is a indoor location company, helping discuss with all the largest players in location market, as well as maybe for some deals. I moved here, actually it was 2007. I moved here basically trying to figure out what to do next after we sold GameLion, a mobile games company, and I helped initially a few startups here, and after that founded a creative studio, which is running both here and Poland. I settled in Foster City, which is kind of halfway between the South Bay and San Francisco. It was a fantastic location for family. I spent a lot of time in events in both in Palo Alto and San Francisco. So the location was logistically really good. I got an L1A visa through my family business, and categorized the company here as a management consulting company. So it gave me flexibility of working with multiple startups at the same time.
So I'm Tuomas Vuoti. I'm a CEO of Walkbase. Actually, Walkbase is my first startup. Been a solo entrepreneur before that for quite a while, and this was like my chance to get into startup life. And actually, Mikko brought us here, and we were just doing a lot of customer development. The best style to do it, come here and ask the people what they want and where our technology could fit. And so far it's been a superb experience, and we've been up and running R&D wise about 2 years, and the company been up about 5 or 6 months. And we've been getting much more improvement and much more information in this 1 week than we have gotten in like last 6 months. Concretely, we're just first of all we set up a demo site for our technology in San Francisco, and been running around with all the important people. And actually, we're a bit lucky. Like when we came here, we noticed that there's this Wear 2.0 exhibition, which is right in our alley, and got some really good meetings also there. So the thing is, like one of my experiences that you can't get to these people just with cold calls. One of the most important things that you have to have someone who has some kind of connections here to get the intros done. Otherwise, it's gonna be a long haul experience and a lot of meetings and a lot of happenings and startup evenings and stuff like that to get the intro.
Yeah, it's my first trip to the United States. I'm the CTO of Walkbase, and my name is Björn Sjölund. I'm currently here with these two guys trying to figure out the direction that our companies should start taking, and I of course represent the technical side of the company, so it's my job to say yes and no to the more technical questions that might arise during the trip. And the major problem we had was the really bad cell phone coverage that they have over here. In Finland, we're used to having this really great cell coverage all over the country, and here we're struggling along with edge connections that rarely work. So what we did was we went to a local Best Buy and just, bought the cheapest prepaid card you could get from T-Mobile. T-Mobile is pretty much the only one that you can buy prepaid cards with data that has a data connection with them. So we, for example, need to have data connectivity. So T-Mobile offers I think it's $70 for 1 month with 2 gigabytes of data traffic, but you have to buy a phone also. So we had to buy these $30 Nokia doorstopper phones that we pretty much had no use for, and we only had to buy them in order to get the T-Mobile card. So yeah, that's about $100 per SIM card. But again, it was really a pain in the ass to get anything working here.
I've obviously been mostly using hotels for staying, but if you have good friends, after experience of living multiple years here, there may be a possibility of living in a friend's place. Obviously, I'm not recommending that. That's because the local Finns would be disturbed to have a crazy amount of other Finns hanging out in their places all the time. So Airbnb is actually a very interesting option that recently emerged here in the San Francisco area because of the high cost of housing here. Staying at hotels is actually a reasonable deal. You don't have to get the best 5-star hotel to have decent service as well as free Wi-Fi and all the other services that come with it. So from my perspective, I'm looking at the hotel cost for staying a month or two. I don't think there's much difference to having a place. If a business developer comes in, I would say that a business developer should spend plenty of the time in different coffee shops meeting people. Coffee shops because most of the meetings actually in the peninsula, people like to do in coffee shops. You can obviously also spend time at the offices of the companies that you are meeting. For an engineer guy who is also working on some tech stuff, I would say that there are multiple co-working spaces available, and they are very good for networking with other engineers. There are events for absolutely every single day of the year. This place has so many events that it's impossible to count all of them. There's lots of free events. You can find also free tickets to paid events by knowing the right people. So I would suggest for any startup who wants to bootstrap to start with the free events. There's a lot of them available, and just giving out business cards and then networking with people, because those, you meet some person once and then you meet the same person second time. You're already kind of a friend with that person, and you can maybe ask for introductions. And people are happy to give introductions if you are the same way back. If you know people that they want to meet, obviously just be helpful. If you're helping people, they will help back.